Yeah, I hate to tell you, but I won't fit in your box. I know you wanna know, but you cannot pick my locks. See, you a part of me, like New York is to the Bronx. And everything is everything, we do not need to box. Cause I could stick and move, I am focused like a soldier. And you've been in my way, heavy like a boulder. And everybody's scared of death and getting older. When you release your fear, come cry on my shoulder. Cause finally the earth's come around. Use a new part of your brain, make a new sound. All we want is love, it's making our heart pound. The new children are here, they are coming out the ground. Stop medicating them, their power will abound. Now please just gather round, the pitch is at the mound. Catch my words, don't clown, you know you like my sound. Now give your girl a pound, or a hug would mean you're down. And with the power of Isis, I will speak to your third eye. I'll be your soldier in crisis, I will lick your cheek when you cry. And with the power of Isis, I will speak to your third eye. I'll be your soldier in crisis, I will lick your cheek when you cry. Down is the four rivers, the waters they will heal. I will lift my hands up to the sky and make it real. My brothers and my sisters, you will see how I feel. I will give you $1 to listen. Baby, let's make a deal. No, you can't buy me, don't even try me. In fact, Alicia Lasso, and please untie me. I'm done with the cowboys, they do not excite me. Don't need your opinion, please don't indict me. I won't do your homework, do not assign me. The universe will teach you what science is finding. Open up your chakra, your aura could be blinding. Grab some rose quartz and start reminding. And with the power of Isis, I will speak to your third eye. I'll be your soldier in crisis, I will lick your cheek when you cry. With the power of Isis, I will speak to your third eye. I'll be a soldier in crisis, I will lick your cheek when you cry. I am a writing machine and this is my weapon. Fighting with my mouth, peace I will be repping. We're all contradictions, stop your suggesting. The righteous do not judge cause they know it's projecting. And just cause I say it's the age of feminine doesn't mean that I am not down for a man. We all need some yang, get that dick up out your head. Cause there are mad women who are too masculine. And yes, I know that I do not sound Caucasian, but sorry, this is how it comes out like the days. And my soul is here for some consciousness raising. Stop all your labeling, I'm Kelly, amazing. And I'm not concerned with which God you're praising or what herb you're blazing. Your light shines, it's phasing, and now the bridge fades in. And now the bridge fades in. La-dee-da-da-da-da-day. You can light your own way. La-dee-da-da-da-da-day. Today could be your day. La-dee-da-da-da-da-day. I will be lighting my own way. La-dee-da-da-da-da-day. Today is my day. And with the power of Isis, I will speak to your third eye. I'll be a soldier in crisis, I will lick your cheek when you cry. And with the power of Isis, I will speak to your third eye. I'll be a soldier in crisis, I will lick your cheek when you cry. And with the power of Isis, I will speak to your third eye. I'll be a soldier in crisis, I will lick your cheek when you cry. And with the power of Isis, I will speak to your third eye. I'll be a soldier in crisis, I will lick your cheek when you cry. And with the power of Isis, I will speak to your third eye. I'll be a soldier in crisis, I will lick your cheek when you cry.
Ever look up at night and kind of wonder, like, is that it? Is that all there is? Like, what if what we see isn't really the whole picture? Today, we're going deep on this idea that maybe the sky is like a giant projection screen.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a pretty wild thought, isn't it?
It is a wild thought.
Yeah.
So we've got a NASA article all about how they simulate the sun's corona.
Oh, okay.
Some info about projection mapping, and then even some pop culture stuff. Like The Truman Show and Under the Dome.
I love that stuff.
Yeah. So, you know, for all of you who like your science with a little bit of fiction mixed in.
Yeah.
So let's get started.
Sounds good.
With NASA and this whole simulating the sun's corona thing.
Okay, so they actually use supercomputers to make like incredibly detailed simulations of the sun's corona.
So basically they like made a virtual sun.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
To study, you know, things like solar flares,
right,
all that stuff, and coronal mass ejections.
Exactly, yeah. All the things that can like really mess with astronauts and technology down here. But you know what's really amazing is that these simulations were so good, they could actually predict what the corona would look like during a total solar eclipse. Not wild.
So we're talking about something that's millions of miles away.
Right.
And we're simulating it with like crazy accuracy.
Yeah, and it makes you think, like, what else could we simulate, you know?
Right, like maybe I don't know the sky above us.
I mean, it's definitely a thought-provoking idea.
Yeah.
And when you start to think about all the progress we've made with projection mapping, it's not, like, totally out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, so let's talk projection mapping.
Yeah.
This is where it gets really cool.
Yeah.
Basically uses cameras to capture like a scene and then project it back.
Right.
And it creates these really like hyper-real effects.
Exactly. And you see it all over the place these days, like immersive art installations. You know those crazy building projections where they like transform a whole cityscape?
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, yeah. Like I saw this one where they turned a whole skyscraper into like a giant waterfall.
yeah,
It was insane.
it's so cool.
It was like so real.
Yeah, and the tech is only getting better.
Right.
You know, think about those ceiling projection screens that make it look like you have a skylight. You'd swear you were looking at the real sky.
Totally.
It's that good.
Imagine if we could do that, but like way bigger. Like what if instead of, fireworks on the 4th of July, we had this giant American flag like projected on the clouds?
I mean, that's getting into like serious sci-fi territory there.
I know.
But it is fun to think about the possibilities, right?
Right. And speaking of sci-fi,
Yeah.
our sources mentioned The Truman Show.
Oh, yeah.
You know all about that one,
Yeah.
right? The guy who lives his whole life on a giant TV set and doesn't even know it.
Yeah, it's a classic. It makes
Yeah.
you question, like, what's real and what's not.
Right. Like, what if we're all just living in some Truman Show-esque world and the sky is just a big screen controlled by who knows what?
Well, let's not get too carried away.
Okay.
But it does raise some interesting questions about, like, perception and reality.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, there's actually another TV show that kind of plays with this idea
Okay.
in a more literal way.
Uh-huh.
Under the Dome.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that one?
The town trapped under the dome.
Yeah, exactly.
That no one can explain.
Yeah, and even though the dome in that show is like a physical thing,
Uh-huh.
it does make you wonder, like, what if there is something like that above us,
Right.
but invisible?
Like we can't even see it.
Exactly. Like, it's something we haven't figured out how to detect yet.
Okay, now we're getting like really mind-bendy.
I know, right?
Yeah,
But that's what deep dives are all about, right?
I guess so.
Like, pushing the limits of what we think we know and exploring all the possibilities,
Uh-huh.
even the weird ones.
Even the scary one.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got the tech,
Yeah.
we've got the sci-fi stuff, but what about the actual science?
Yeah.
You know? Could we actually project images onto something as big and like intangible as the sky?
Well, we know we can project images onto clouds with lasers.
Yeah, like those crazy laser shows you see at music festivals.
Exactly. But, you know, clouds are like, they come and go and they're always changing.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be super hard to project onto something that's always moving around like the sky.
True. Okay, so clouds are out.
Yeah.
What about those like gauze screens
Mm,
they use for like outdoor projections,
yeah.
Could we do that, but like way bigger?
You mean like a giant screen hanging way up high?
Yeah.
It's an interesting thought.
Right.
But I mean, just think about how hard it would be to actually build something like that.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
And then keeping it up there,
Uh-huh.
that would be a nightmare.
Okay, so we need a different approach.
Right.
What if we could like mess with the light itself?
What do you mean?
Like bend it or focus it.
Hmm.
So it looks like there are images in the sky.
I mean, that's some seriously advanced tech we're talking about.
know.
But you know, there are actually scientists working on stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah, like light bending materials and crazy optical systems
Wow.
that can maybe pull that off.
So maybe someday we could have these giant invisible lenses floating around up there, projecting stuff onto the sky like holographic displays.
That would be wild.
It would be so cool.
It would.
It'd be like turning the whole world into a giant video game.
I like the way you think.
Uh-huh.
But let's come back down to Earth for a sec.
Yeah.
There's some really interesting stuff happening with simulated sunlight.
Oh, yeah. Our notes mention that.
Did they?
Yeah, like they use it for research and stuff.
Yeah, like testing sunscreen and solar panels.
Right.
And they call those solar simulators.
Okay.
And they use artificial light to like copy the sun's light.
Wow.
And it's crazy how accurate they can get it.
So we can basically make artificial suns.
Pretty much. Yeah.
But how does that connect to our sky idea?
Well, think about it.
All right.
If we can make fake sunlight that looks just like the real deal.
What's stopping us from making fake moonlight or starlight, or even fake auroras.
Whoa!
Yeah,
So you're saying we could have, like, celestial events on demand?
exactly.
Like, whenever we want?
Yeah, like imagine you're in the middle of the city,
Okay.
it's nighttime,
Uh-huh.
and you look up, and there's this perfect night sky,
Wow.
full of stars and the Milky Way,
Well, all fake.
all fake.
That would be kind of awesome.
It would be pretty amazing.
Way better than light pollution.
Yeah, for sure.
But there could be downsides, too, right?
Absolutely.
Like, who gets to decide what we see?
Exactly.
And what if someone uses it for bad stuff?
Yeah, those are important questions.
Yeah.
But let's have some fun with this for a minute.
Okay.
If the sky was a giant movie screen, what would you want to see?
Oh, man, that's a tough one.
I know, right?
I think it would be amazing to see, like, a super high-def projection of Earth from space.
Oh, wow.
Like, just to remind everyone how beautiful our planet is.
That's a great choice.
It's educational and awe-inspiring. I'm kind of a comic book nerd,
Oh.
so maybe just for fun, we could project the bat signal up there every once in a while.
That would be awesome.
Right. Gotham needs a hero.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But, okay, real talk for a second.
Yeah.
What if this tech is already here?
What do you mean?
Like, what if the sky we see isn't really the real sky?
Now you're getting into conspiracy theory territory.
I know.
Yeah.
But it's fun to think about. Especially when you consider that there are people out there who think the Earth is flat.
Well, we know that's not true.
Right.
But it shows that people see things differently.
Yeah,
Even when all the evidence says otherwise.
that's true. And maybe those flat earthers are onto something.
What?
Like maybe they're just looking at the fake sky from a weird angle.
Okay, now you're really stretching it.
I know. I'm just messing around.
Uh-huh. All right.
So we've talked about the tech, the sci-fi, and even some conspiracy.
Oh, we have.
But now it's time to get serious and talk about what all this could mean for society.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Okay, so we've been on this wild ride talking about like a fake sky.
Yeah, a simulated sky.
And it's kind of crazy to think about what it could do to the world.
Yeah, for real.
Like imagine if we could actually decide what we see up there.
Oh, man. The possibilities.
It would be like this global billboard.
Right.
Or like a canvas for sharing all kinds of stuff
Yeah, connecting with people everywhere.
in ways we can't even imagine now.
Totally. But with that much power comes a lot of responsibility.
Oh, yeah.
Like, who gets to call the shots?
Yeah.
And how do we keep people from using it for bad stuff?
Right. Like we've seen how messed up social media can get.
Yeah.
Imagine that, but on a global scale.
Exactly. Like, what if someone used it to spread lies?
Or control people.
Yeah, that's scary stuff.
We really need to think about all of that
We do.
before it's too late.
For sure.
And what about our connection to nature? Like what happens when the sky isn't even real anymore?
That's a good point.
Like will we lose something special
Maybe.
if we trade the real sky for a fake one?
I don't know the answer to that.
This deep dive has been a real trip.
It has.
We've talked about science and tech,
Pop culture.
conspiracies,
Everything.
the whole shebang.
And we didn't answer all the questions,
Nope.
but hopefully we got you thinking
That's what we aim for.
to spark some curiosity
Make you think critically.
and start some conversations.
Exactly. If you like this one,
Yeah, hit that like button. And if you love the what ifs as much as we do,
subscribe to the channel
we're always diving deep.
into the weird and wonderful world we live in. Thanks for listening.
See you next time.